next to me. For this presentation, I won't go into detail and explain all of them to you. There's no time to do that. But they're all in the paper, so if you want to know a bit more about them, then you can look them up. So what we actually did when we analyzed these existing designs is that we looked at different design properties. So we looked, for instance, at are they single player, are they multiplayer? Do they have rules? Are there complex rules? Are there simple rules? What kind of output modalities do they use? But also, is there communication between different interactive objects? And what is the ownership of the objects? So are they shared objects or are they personal objects? And I will now give you just some of the insights that we gained from this analysis and provide you with some examples. So one of the first things that came out of this analysis was that these properties, they vary a lot among these designs for open-ended play. So it's quite interesting to see that in the design space of open-ended play, there's still a lot of freedom to move around and to come up with your own ideas that fit your goal and your context and your target group. So for instance, if we look at these two designs that I highlighted here, the first one on the top is Feet Up, which is like a playful accessory that that's on your shoe, and if you jump, so if you don't touch the ground, then the lights will go on. So this is really like, if we talk about ownership, for instance, this is really like a personal thing. It belongs to you. You can share it with others, but it's your actions that leads to reaction of the design. Well, on the other end, if you look at the other picture, this is Yoga, which is like a music maker. It's a tabletop. And as you can already see in the picture, it's a shared environment. So children walk around it. They have these colored ping pong balls that you can place on the tabletop. And together you create the music. So it's not what I'm doing leads to a reaction, but what we're doing together. And another thing we noticed from our analysis is that there's a large difference between the complexity of the design. So for instance, if you look at the bottom one, it's called LED tube. It's really a really simple device. It emits light at the side, and if you roll it or if you shake it, it changes its color. That's the only thing that it does. So it doesn't communicate with other objects. It's just a simple action, reaction, cause and effect behavior. Well, if we look at the top example, which is the moral, the moral consists of several of these soft objects, and if you squeeze them and there's another one in the proximity of your moral, then it starts to move up. So you can